My ex and I have a 13-year-old daughter, Nicole. Nicole has several medical conditions that require a lot of attention. She will need some sort of in-home assistance for the rest of her life. While we have an aide to help a couple of days a week, it is still a challenge. The outcome of Nicole's condition became clear when she was 2. At that point, my ex and I agreed we wouldn't have more kids because it wouldn't be fair to anyone. There'd be no way we could focus attention on 2 kids. Someone would lose out in this situation. We divorced when Nicole was 5. We originally had 50-50 custody. 3 years later, my ex remarried. His new wife, Callie, is nice. My ex did say that she didn't understand the severity of Nicole's condition. I figured there was a learning curve. Eventually, Callie basically said she wanted to be hands-off, which I respected, though I wondered how it'd work considering Nicole lives with them half the time. Last year, my ex and Callie had a baby. I was a little surprised given my ex was always firm on not having more kids, but figured it wasn't any of my business. He did begin to complain that it was a lot of work juggling Nicole and the baby. I sympathized but really didn't know what else to say. Recently, the venting got worse. He said Callie yelled at him for taking Nicole to her physical therapy appointment instead of helping her with the baby. He brought up potentially having Nicole stay with me more. I wasn't entirely shocked, but it pissed me off. I said Nicole was his daughter. He can't just abandon that responsibility. He asked what he was supposed to do about the baby. I said, maybe you should have thought of that before you procreated. I mean, really, we discussed this 10 years ago as to why it'd be hard to juggle 2 kids. Why did you think having another would be a good idea? He got quiet and said Callie wanted a baby. I said that isn't enough of a reason, and maybe he should have thought harder before bringing more life into this world. The conversation ended with me saying I'd call my lawyer, and we could arrange for him to have less custody, as I'd rather my daughter be properly cared for than be viewed as a burden. Callie called me that night very upset that I had made my ex cry, and that I said her baby shouldn't exist. I said that's not what I said completely. More that they didn't think it through. She called me a jerk. I 30M have been with my girlfriend Kelly 29F for 4 years and have known her for 10. Kelly is autistic and one of her biggest problems is food. However, since getting together with me, she has opened up to a lot of new foods. Just to give an example, she wouldn't eat certain vegetables as they are, but wouldn't mind having them blended in or cut in small pieces. Now my brother Kevin 35M have recently proposed to his girlfriend of 3 years, Laura. He mentioned he has some news to announce, and will I be okay to host a family dinner at my place since I love cooking? I said it wouldn't be a problem, and we have decided on Japanese theme. Now to the issue. For the main dish I have made ramen, including the noodles and broth from scratch. It had to be chicken as Kelly doesn't really like beef or pork, and since my mother also doesn't eat pork. For Kelly's portion, only I have added some extra veggies, zucchinis, carrots, sweet corn, and some others since she is not fond of eggs. So naturally her ramen was served without an egg, while everyone else had a standard portion which is enough to fill up a grown man. I also made sure there were some snacks on the table like tempura, yakitori skewers, onigiri, etc. Well, within the first half an hour of her being there, Laura kept picking on Kelly and kept saying she can't say she likes ramen because her version is not authentic, none of us are Asian or have any ties to Asia if it matters, which was upsetting to her and meant that Kelly started to eat significantly slower compared to the rest of the group. It happens when she is getting anxious. Then Laura has tried to grab some of Kelly's ramen to try and prove the point, so Kelly freaked out since she really doesn't like sharing food that's already on her plate. This resulted in an argument between Kelly and Laura, and Kelly crying due to her being overwhelmed. After this, I have asked my brother and Laura to leave. My parents were absolutely terrified over how Laura behaved towards Kelly and hinted that Laura should apologize. They ended up leaving by later. I have received a call from Kevin calling me an asshole for kicking them out and spoiling Laura's pregnancy reveal. He also wasn't happy about our mother scolding him over Laura's behavior.